you can get.
We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Welcome back to Madden NFL 20. We selected your previous game options. You can change these options and accessibility settings here or at any time later from the game settings. Accessibility settings.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Aldrich Rosas of the Giants has the honors as we get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. DeMarcus Lawrence of the Cowboys there on the tackle. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, He was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Mahomes to his KC teammate Kelsey for the AFC first. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Breeze now on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And bulldozing his way through. It's a big play that time for the NFC. 48 yards. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
On first down, Breeze. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. And touchdown. Michael Thomas, 46 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored. I
would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes That's just who you are, right? If you're good at something as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's third down, he finds a way to convert.
Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Mahomes will try again on second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right at the 35. Fighting his way through contact. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the NFC is going to have a short field as they take over 1st and 10. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Fights up, and he will score. Touchdown, NFC. From 19 yards away. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Rosas now to add the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his... Guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So we've reached halftime of the 20. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw, it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Breeze going to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. Still fighting for more. A very solid gain of 27.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They come out here in the eye. This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Connor trying to run inside, but nothing there. Khalil Mack of the Bears, the one to make the tackle. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the AFC. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. Escapes the defender. Just bowling over tacklers. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Ertz has it left side. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Well, we saw that 10. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now here's Mahomes. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And again, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. A gain of 8 and a 1st down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him 1st downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Mahomes again. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Stop your whining.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during